We can now bring you Mark White, our Home Affairs and Security Editor from the Old Bailey. Mark, you're there for Wayne Couzens' sentencing. What's the latest?
Well, we've been hearing about the events leading up to the kidnap and murder of Sarah Everard on the 3rd of March this year. It was really the ultimate betrayal. This was a man that she should have been able to trust, a Metropolitan Police officer who abused his position, his power, to flash his warrant card, his identity card, try to accuse Sarah Everard of having broken COVID rules when she was walking home through Clapham Common that evening, and then arrested her, even though he was off duty in plain clothes. He was wearing a Metropolitan Police issue belt that had his handcuffs, CS spray, other items of Met issue material as well. So he certainly looked like he was a plainclothes police officer. As I say, he was seen by two members of the public walking past. They just thought it was a plainclothes officer arresting this individual. It certainly didn't look as though it was out of the ordinary. The witnesses then saw Sarah Everard being placed in the back of the police car, and this was the beginning of her nightmarish ordeal that was an 80-mile journey to the Kent coast, where she was then raped, strangled, and her body dumped in woodland near Ashford in Kent. Now, at first, this police officer, when he was arrested, tried to claim that actually he didn't murder her, that this was an Eastern European crime gang, that he had been in debt to them and they had demanded that he kidnap a woman for them for their people trafficking. He said he handed Sarah Everard over to them, but it was an allegation or an alibi that he didn't keep up, and some days later he admitted that he actually murdered Sarah Everard, strangled her after raping her and then disposing of her body in those woods. So really grim and difficult evidence for the family of Sarah Everard to have to sit through here at the Old Bailey. Wayne Couzens was in the dock as well, but his hands have been in his head. He's been head bowed down, not really paying attention to much of the evidence. He's due to be sentenced tomorrow.